Mr. Speaker, my question is to the Minister for Infrastructure and Transport. Minister, can you please explain to the House how the government planned to connect the future north-south corridor tunnels with the South Eastern Freeway? And, sir, with your leave and that of the House, I'll further explain.
Leave is sought. Is leave granted?
Thank you. Thank you, very polite. Minister, the Department of Infrastructure and Transport have finished their consultation on the Crossroad Planning Study in August 2021. Can you please explain what the purpose and the outcomes of this study were, and what the future of Crossroad will look like under the future plans of that study?
Infrastructure and Transport.
Thank you very much. I thank the member for his question and note he's interested in the North-South Corridor and our road network in South Australia. This North-South Corridor is the biggest project our state has ever seen. More than $9 billion going into completing that 78-kilometre stretch, and we know that is going to save travel times. We know that final stretch will save 20+ or take out 20+ traffic lights and save 20+ minutes for commuters using that stretch of traffic. Of course, work was done at the north, work was done at the south, but the hardest part of that corridor has been left. This is going to be a great result for South Australia. And we had a look at this and we spent a lot of time, because when we came to government, no work had been done by those opposite. And what they found was, or the work that had been done rather, talked about an open-cut motorway that they were looking at. And we knew that that was going to carve a swathe through those people that lived on the north-south corridor. So we came up with the two-tunnel solution, the Hybrid Plus solution, and we are completing the reference design of that, and we'll go to the community with that very shortly. We have, of course, been in the process of explaining to the people along the way where we need to acquire properties, what properties will be acquired. And we've been conversing with those people and asking them to sit down with the department so they can be talked through that process. It is a long process. It's a huge project, the biggest infrastructure project South Australia has ever seen. And on this side of the House, we're really excited to be delivering that. We know it's the infrastructure that will make a big change to the way that our state operates. Of course, we have other road networks, and what we know from the South Eastern Freeway as that comes down, we have our outer ring route. Crossroads is part of our outer ring route, and trucks use that at the minute to, of course, take goods and services to the regions around that area and the regions linked to that area. Also, Portrush and Glen Osmond Road. So what we have actually done already is invested significant money in what we're calling the Greater Adelaide Freight Bypass and fixing up some of that road corridor there. Also, we've got $200 million on the table, and designs are out for consultation at the moment around the Truro Bypass as well to help improve that freight access. We see a great opportunity.
As a point of order.
98, the question was about Crossroad and the planning study, not about the Truro Road bypass. If I could just ask the Minister the results of that Crossroad planning study that was released in August 2021.
I uphold the point of order. As much as the Truro bypass is of interest to me, it doesn't reflect the question. The Minister.
It actually has great reference, and if I refer back to the question, it was about the link of Crossroads into South Road, sir.
Minister, there's a point of order which I will deal with under 137. The member for Lee.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It appears the Minister is defying your ruling, sir, and I ask that you take the requisite action. Name him, sir.
Despite the invitation, I understand the Minister was putting his earlier comments in context to me, but I do remind the Minister of the importance of Standing Order 98. The Minister.
Thank you, sir. And again, for those on the other side that perhaps don't understand how the road corridors work and the road network works, what I'm talking about with that Greater Adelaide Freight Bypass, of course, Mr. Speaker, what we're enabling that to do by taking freight off the South Eastern Freeway, which I know you're very, very passionate about, taking freight off that, moving it around the back of Murray Bridge and onto the Sturt Highway and bringing it in that way with the Greater Adelaide Freight Bypass, which is, again, is why we've invested with the federal government in the business case for that. That will actually take freight off the South Eastern Freeway. And when you get to the bottom of the South Eastern Freeway, what do you hit? You hit Portrush Road, Glen Osmond Road and Crossroads. So when we're talking about Crossroads, Mr. Speaker, that is one of the ways, again, that we are looking at taking that freight off that section of road. Now, I know under the previous government nothing was done in this area, but there's no surprise because they didn't do much at all on that side of the House, Mr. Speaker. So what we're doing is we're investing in that business case and that planning study. Again, works are already being done on that corridor at the moment to make it a far better corridor to move freight and move traffic. Right across the network as well, and we've put this on the Infrastructure Australia priority list, and that is getting a PBS Level 4 road network. And by doing that, improving our regional roads and improving that network, we can get the triple trucks, the bigger trucks, onto that PBS level 4 road network and take them around the back and get them across South Australia and across to Western Australia as well by improving that freight network. So it is a focus we have with the federal government, and that will help get that freight off the South Eastern Freeway and ultimately then get freight off Crossroads, off Glen Osmond Road and off Portrush Road as well. So that's a big piece of the work that we are doing. Hasn't been done before, and we appreciate that it was left in the too-hard basket by those opposite. But that will all link in then with the North-South Corridor as well, the biggest infrastructure project we're doing. And we are doing studies, of course, on Crossroads, Brighton Road, Portrush Road, a number of other key corridors in South Australia, as we go about doing the works to upgrade a number of intersections as well. Again, I stress the point that work wasn't done by those opposite. By doing that planning works, we'll have projects in the pipeline that we can deliver as we go forward. So we're very proud to be doing that work, doing that planning work, because we have to have the immediate term work that we're doing, and we're doing $17.9 billion spent on infrastructure, then the medium term and then
Minister's
the longer term work as
time
well.
has expired.